All right, here's a scenario for you. You're sitting in a public place, maybe waiting for some friends to meet you, and maybe you're at a library, maybe you're at a mall. You see somebody sitting nearby, and they've got a Bible open. Looks like they might be reading pretty intently. They're studying, and it'd be a perfect opportunity to go over there and to talk to them, and maybe even think that to yourself. Man, I should go ask them to study. Maybe I should invite them to church. But you kind of stop short. Why? You're really thinking, I'm not confident enough in myself to go over there. First and foremost, I got to say, you're probably a lot more awesome than you think you are. The Bible says you are a masterwork of God. Secondly, though, I need you to know that sharing the gospel, it's not like getting a date. It's not like going to a job interview where you're trying to put your best foot forward while you're trying to sell yourself. No, it's about Christ. What's going on, brothers and sisters? It's Cain Atkinson here with yet another e-tip for you this fine and this chilly Tuesday. That's an evangelism tip that's coming right to your email every Tuesday to help you to grow as a living testimony to the power of the gospel of Christ. And today, I'm at the Green Shopping Center in Kettering to talk to you about why Me-Vangelism doesn't work. Do you ever find yourself in these situations like the one I just described just a second ago? You got an opportunity to talk about Jesus with somebody, a stranger, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's a friend, but you just worry when it comes down to it, when the rubber meets the road, you're not going to be good enough. You think in order to do evangelism, you have to be good enough. Well, that's Me-Vangelism. Well, here's the thing. The gospel isn't about me. It's about Christ. We aren't good enough. We are going to mess up. That's why Me-Vangelism does not work. Now, I don't want to convert someone to me. We need people to look past us and see Christ. When we have the attitude of John the Baptist in John 3 and verse 30, he must increase, I must decrease, we should find a deep sense of liberation in our evangelistic lives. Because when we do this, it stops being about our accomplishments. It stops being about our opinions. It stops being about how charming, how funny, how smart, or how articulate we can be or that we are. And it starts being about Him. It starts being about Jesus. When you keep in mind the scripture in Proverbs that says to lean not on your own understanding, this will help a lot. When you're approaching someone, when you're initiating a conversation with someone about God, or when you're studying with them, stay away from your own opinions. Leave the door open that you might be wrong. Don't let your pride be the reason that you don't go and do evangelism. Because that's what it comes down to. When we share something that means so much to us, that's such a big part of our identity as the gospel, as Jesus Christ, we kind of put our self-esteem and our ego on the line. We put ourselves out there. We have to be willing to put these interactions in the right frame. We have to remember that we are just messengers. In Luke 10, Jesus said, if they hear us, then they've heard Him. But if they reject us, then they've rejected God. So don't be discouraged. Our fears of not being good enough or some idea that we're supposed to sell ourselves to somebody, that's false. We're not peddlers. We're not merchants. We are heralds and we're conduits. We are pointing back to God. That's the way. We are messengers. So I hope this message has been encouraging to you in some way, brethren. If you ever need anything at all, prayers, a listening ear, especially help in your evangelistic lives as you try to reach your friends, your family, whomever with the gospel, you name it, I'm a message or a call away. I hope you have a great rest of your day in service to God.